the exquisite and frivolous fantasy paintings of Fantin-Latour. Henri Fantin-Latour, 1836 to 1904, was a French painter who became famous for his floral still lifes, portraits of iconic artists and musicians of the time, and exquisite nudes of nude beauties in the Symbolist style. For the prim and austere English, he painted beautiful floral still lifes, and for the gallant French, portraits and nudes. He was considered his own among the Impressionists, although he preferred to work in a realistic manner, especially when it came to his favorite images of flowers. His father was Frenchman Jean-Théodore Fantin-Latour, and his mother was a Russian woman, Elena Nadyonova, who lived in the city of Oriol. Jean-Théodore wrote portraits of wealthy townspeople and decided to settle in the city of all artists, Paris, hoping to find customers there. When Henri grew up, his father noticed that he showed a certain talent for painting and decided to teach him, hoping that he would follow in his footsteps. First, young Henri copied prints and lithographs and thoroughly stuffed his hand at drawing. At the age of 15 years, managed to enter the art school Lecoq de Bois-Baudran. There practiced a rather unconventional method of teaching. Students had to go out into the street and from memory to draw everything that they saw there. For beginner Impressionists, it was the best thing, but the realists, for a long time scribbling over each picture, had a hard time. And Fantin-Latour, although he was friends with the Impressionists, very much respected the work of artists of the old school and daily, as a job, went to the Louvre, copy paintings of the old masters. On the one hand, it was useful for his studies, and on the other, brought a good income. The good thing about these copies always found buyers. It lasted almost 30 years. He even chose an apartment as close as possible to the museum, even if it had to pay more for it. For Fantin-Latour, the Louvre was much more than a museum. No wonder he met his future wife there. Artist and pianist Victoria Dubourg also could not think of her life without the Louvre and creativity, so their marriage was in many ways a union of two like-minded people who shared common ideals. True, life for Fantin-Latour was not too successful. His father fell ill, his mother died, his sister was in Sheraton, a hospital for the mentally ill, and there was no suggestion that she would ever get out of there. And only 10 years after the first acquaintance with Victoria Dubourg, shy Fantin-Latour finally decided to make an offer. Fantin-Latour, although he wrote paintings in the style of realism and even studied at Courbet, realist did not consider himself as well as impressionist. He dreamed more of absolute painting, a special style which is radically different from the grounded realism and allows you to soar to the heavens. Therefore, for himself and for the soul, wrote imaginary subjects, as they were called Fantin-Latour, images of beautiful nude women in the style of symbolism, united by some mythological plot and having in its basis a deep allegorical meaning. They were often vague and indistinct, as if painted out of focus. But it was in this manner of execution that many critics noticed a special charm. The paintings resembled a kind of exquisite fantasy, a revived play of imagination, which the artist transferred to the canvas, but only he alone can fully imagine and realize all his work. Thanks for watching to the end. Likes and comments are a great way to support the channel.